in Abu Dhabi. Today is 8th of March, 2025, and it should be 7:40 p.m. in India. So today also International Women's Day. So my best wishes and blessings to all the women in the group. And we will start.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, Guruji.
You are Shakti Sharupa. Yeah, that is the manifestation of Shakti. Is the feminine energy. We need the feminine energy for creation of anything. Yeah, even the universe. All right. So we will today we'll go into our topic directly, because there are, as mentioned in the subject, it is 64 forms of arts in ancient India, or it's called Chausath Kala. So Kala means in Sanskrit, it means the arts, arts, skillful arts or performing arts. And in the ancient India, the people used to go for, learning this kind of skills so that they can develop themselves as a human being. Most of the arts are still valid in today's modern world. We'll go through one by one, and some of them are bizarre kind of things. Nowadays there is no relevance of those kinds of skills, but still we'll go through. It is interesting to find out how the ancient people, they used to learn many things, and they can go ahead with a different type of skill set. And the 64 kalas or Chausath Kala, it is said that Lord Krishna possesses all of that. Even he went to Ujjain to learn that at that time. Lord Krishna and Balaram, his brother, went there to learn from Guru Sandipani these skills. Anyway, so those are the references, but it, of course, it enhances the human ability, how we operate, how we can present ourselves. It is not like a living, eating, sleeping, and working, and accumulating wealth, and raising family, and all this. This is all of a human being. They're required to perform it on the planet Earth. There are multiple things, and that qualities, those kinds of skill set, makes one differ from another. One become like a very skillful, very efficient, very knowledgeable, all those kinds of things. And those who are not giving importance to those, they may feel themselves like they are getting adversity from multiple directions. And so maybe there is some skill set is needed. It is not, world is the way it is. It is neither good nor bad. It is a platform. So we need to understand that. In the spirituality, we learn it. Even the whole world is illusion or Maya. But anyway, thing is that be Roman in Rome. If it is a game, then play the game. And be the skill, develop the skill of playing the game, so that at the end of it, you play well. Not necessarily you will be winning all the time, but you play well. At least from when you complete your playing, you are satisfied within yourself that I played my hands well. Whatever my ability, I call it Saddha and Samartha. What is our willingness, capacity, we have done to the best of it. Yeah. So if it is beyond my capacity and beyond my, like it is beyond my willingness or something inhuman, then of course that is not possible to achieve. But whatever possible, we achieved it, and also we have a means to achieve that. That's a Saddha. And Saddha is the Sadha means the willingness, and Samartha means capacity. Capacity may be your physical health or your money, power, whatever. These are Samartha. means it is that your capacity to achieve that. So regarding willingness part, almost everybody, they know what they want from life, but the difference comes in the capacity. So the many people, they have their willingness to achieve some goal, but they don't have capacity to go there. That gap is the skill set, the gap in the skill set, but they need to develop, they need to learn. And they learn from the available sources and that particular period of time in the history, and then they grow themselves, and that will empower them to achieve their goals in life. Yeah. So that is the background of everything. Okay, now because there are too many, 64, it's not a matter of joke. So at least I will give one sentence of each vidya, so that you are aware what they're talking about. So first one is called Gita Vidya. It is art of singing. Singing, very well. It is, of course, relevant even today. There are a lot of famous singers, skillful singers. And they, in the singing itself, is a big, science. It is an art form, but there is a big science, tal, lay, and, different rhythms and different scales and octaves and many things are there. So it itself is a great vidya, so it is Gita Vidya. It is arts of singing. The arts of singing is you have to know how to use your vocal cord, what type of tune it comes out, where to give pause, and how you throw that words, and where to take breath, and many things. Yeah. So anyway, so this is a Gita Vidya. Next one is Vadya Vidya, art of playing on musical instrument. So there are hundreds of musical instrument is there. Some of them string instruments, some of them in the air, like a blowing flute and this kind of stuff, or a trumpet, the air instrument, and some of them they are like tabla or drum type of instrument where you play with by placing your hand and tapping them and things like that. So there are different kinds of musical instruments. So this art of playing a musical instrument, of course, as over the period of time, as the science developed, their musical instrument also become modernized. Now there are a lot of electronic way of creating music. So that is also you become skillful in knowing how to play that kind of, even though its form is electronic, but end product is sound. Okay. So you have to have a thorough knowledge about the sound and what creates what kind of sound and whether it matches with the symphony or the overall thing. So anyway, those are the Vadya Vidya. That is the art of playing on musical instrument. That is the second one. Third one, also that is very famous, it's a Nritta Vidya. Nritta is the art of dancing. This is a very great art form, and the highest deity for this Nritta Vidya, he is Lord Shiva himself, Nataraj. So we have visited when we went to South India last year. We visited that Nataraja temple there as well. So anyway, so that is the art of dancing, the different types of dance, the postures, the rhythms, and there are different way of storytelling or different kinds of postures, meaning something. Those are all comes under Nritta Vidya. So these are basically all, most of these are so far we discussed as the performing arts. It's some kind of performance by human being. The fourth is Natya Vidya. Natya Vidya, the drama or play on the stage. So where the natak or this kind of thing, the modern version of that, of course, is movie or cinemas and all. These are all Natya Vidya, acting, the art of acting or of theatricals. That time there is no such thing called movie or cinema business or cinema actor. So those are all on the stage. They used to act different type of things. And this is very powerful. This whoever is come to the acting, many things, they used to do a lot of people. If you have, even not only in ancient India, there may be other places, ancient civilization, they have very strong theatricals, theaters, public theaters are there, amphitheater, they used to perform there. And if some of you have visited the Greece, then Archaeopolis is there. It's a huge stadium. It's dedicated to performing arts, the Natya with this kind of stage shows. Anyway, so the fifth one, so first four, I think it is still valid. All of us we know, and it is a great skills, and many people, they are the masters in this kind of skills and this kind of vidya. So next one, there are different types of art form, and next one is a Alekha Vidya. Alekha Vidya means the art of writing. You can say it is a calligraphy. You see that nowadays I don't see people. Earlier we used to get some people who can write your names in the different forms, and I'm sure this time also today it's still there, but because of computer and other things, the importance has been reduced. They used to write your names in the particular style, the way with the different types of pens were available. Even sometimes they're colorful names, they can draw it, and that is a calligraphy. But in my student days, I was very much interested in this calligraphy thing. Like writing, particularly English, in that kind of style, and we have issued our educational certificates, written our names in a certain forms. So those are part of the calligraphy. Means the art of writing of Alekha Vidya, that how you write the letters and things like that in the different styles. Nowadays, of course, it is shifted to the computers. Different in the word, you will see the different font types. You can select from there, and it can change it instantly. But earlier it was all handwritten, anything, they normally used to write before the paper was invented. They used to write on the in the leaf of the palm tree or any leaf. They used to collect and they used to write with ink. So those are the kind of art form. So that is Alekha Vidya. Now then, next one is interesting. We thought it is only happens in the modern days. Earlier days also it was there. It is, the name is Visheshaka Chitta Vidya. That it means art of painting the face and body with color. The face painting and the body painting. That time also it was there in the different types of. Nowadays in the children, they go to the play area. There is some. The artist is there, make it a Mickey Mouse or this kind of stuff. So that is face painting, and even the way the ladies used to put the different type of what is called the shurma type of thing, or kajal, and the bindi or face powder, whatever. Those comes under this kind of things. So face and body painting. It is not actually cosmetics. It is a painting, like something like in ours during the marriage, the bride needs to put a lot of things, the painting on the face, and this is very part of the cultural traditions in India. There are many parts of India. They have a different way of decorating the bride on the face and the hands, like what is called henna or mehendi or this kind of stuff. So those are part of the art of body painting and the face painting. So that is also that is another vidya. Now the next one is Tendula Kusuma Vali Vikar. See, it's a big name, but the meaning is like, when you offer some worship any deity or puja, you offer some kind of food item. Right? So this is art of preparing that what you are going to offer to the god or deity. Preparation offering mostly from the rice and the flowers, like how you decorate and put that as an offering to the god. So that is about that art form. So that is also another vidya. Next is Pushpastaran. Pushpa means flower. So it is art of making decoration of flower. So flower, if the flower petals can be decorated, it can be bouquet, it can be hanging, it can be many ways you can decorate with the flower. So it is the flower art, that this is also quite, nowadays also it is there. Particularly if there is some kind of celebration in the going on, the social, cultural celebration, they use the flower, or of course during the pujas and all, the flower decorations are there. And even for like good hotels and all, they have a flower arrangements, different types of flowers. Some the water pot on that, they put the leaf or petals on that, and with the decoration, and many types of decorations are there. So with the flower and flower petals and thing like that. So that is that art form, how to decorate with flower. That is Pushpastaran. So the next ninth one is Dasana Basananga. It is applying art of applying preparation for cleansing the teeth, cloths, and painting the body. It is not the painting itself, it is the preparation for that, like cleaning your body for certain things, for some like act of drama, or preparing for some going to some festival. And how do you prepare that? That includes your cleaning of your faces, like brushing the teeth, and the cleaning the eyes, ears, and things like that, cleaning the face and all those things. So this is before you wear the clothes, that preparation, how you can make your some body clean, or maybe cutting nails, and the hair and all these things should be in the proper shape and things. This is called the Dashana Vasananga Raga. So that is another skill people used to learn. 10th one is Mani Bhumika Karma. That is art of making groundwork of jewels. Yeah. So it is the jewelry, how to set. It is the jewels, or the stone setting. That is a kind of art, how to make the jewelry by setting stones. So that is also Mani Bhumika Karma. So that is also another like a kala. The people used to get skillful about to make that. So also the people who deal with that, they call manikar as well. So who has the knowledge of that kind of jewels, and how to set. Not everything can be set with that. Like if I give an example, the diamond, diamond cannot be held by many metals. So they need a particular design and particular strength of the metal where the diamond is placed. Otherwise it will just fall off. Yeah. So that kind of stuff. So knowledge of those things, exactly what background, what platform you need to place which type of like a jewel or the stones, that particular knowledge, that is a Mani Bhumika Karma. Now that next one is a simple one, but that is also part of some art form. It is called Aya Rachana. Aya means it is a bed, how to make the bed. What are the things you will put it onto the bed, what kind of like mattresses, and where to place the pillow, what kind of covers the pillows will have, what is the bed cover will have, and the bed sheet, where to place it, how to place it, what type of color combination, and things like that. So these are also the Aya Rachana, is the knowledge of setting the bed. So that is also another art. Very interesting. Okay. Next is Udaka Vidya. Udaka Vidya means it is art of playing on music in water. Water transmits sound, very effectively, much better than air. So playing some musical instrument inside water, and that is also, there is another art form which is called Udaka Vidya. Like, what are the kind of underwater thing you can do so that the music is created. It is completely different types. It is not kind of musical instrument and the vibrations created in the air. So that is kind of Vidya. It is there. And, nowadays, even the divers and all, by listening to the animal sound, like it is some sound from dolphin or whale and this kind of stuff, they can understand how far they are, what they are trying to communicate, etc., etc. Everything is underwater. So those kind of things are part of this kind of Vidya, which is listening to the sound or creating that kind of sound below the water. Like Udaka Ghata. Udaka means water. Ghata means it is like art of, it is also interesting, art of splashing with water. Yeah? So how the water will splash. See, like different type of, like a turbulence in water create different kind of splash. It's not the same. Like if the water is falling, it creates certain kind of sound. If you thump, slap on the water, it will create different kind of splash. Those of you who know swimming, you know that when you move your leg, that different kind of splash creates. Or if you keep swimming, then different kinds of waves have been created. So, or if you are going to any water vehicle, so like a boat, it is a different kinds of waves are created around the boat. That is also, the speedboat is a different. If you happen to be in a cruise ship or any ship in that sense in the middle of the sea, there is a different kind of wave created, particularly behind the trail behind that particular ship. Very interesting, how this creates and things like that. So those are, so that is a knowledge of which kind of turbulence create what kind of wave and in the water, splashing in the water. Or if there is water splashing, also different purpose, not only the boats and things like that. So we can use the water just to sprinkle the water on somebody or something. We know that whoever has the dip in the river, we put some water on top of our head and things like that. So this is about using water for splashing purposes. How to do that? How, what is the purpose? And so this kind of sprinkling or this is Udaka Ghata. That is the another knowledge of how to use water in what way, what kind of things you do so that what kind of effect will happen with water. Yeah? So this is that knowledge. Okay, now Chitra Yoga. Chitra Yoga is it is basically the art of painting. It can use of colors and how you paint it in a Chitra Kala. It is. So use the different kinds of color. What color mix with what will happen in my childhood days when I was playing with watercolor. I was very fascinated with the color of blue and yellow. If you mix, it will become a green. So I was very fascinated how one color comes out by mixing two colors. So this is interesting. So those are the part of things about the painting. So that is using colors, what type of color, what material the color will have and where to apply. Is it a canvas, it is a paper, or it may be just a stone wall. And there are a lot of paintings on top of that as well. You have say maybe cave paintings or things like that has been discovered much later on. Ancient people, they know how to paint, they're very well. So that is Chitra Yoga. And then next one, that is Malla Grathana Vikalpa. It is like art of designing and preparation of garlands, the mala, that you will wear. It can be made of flower, it can be made of beads, it can be made of stones or any kind of thing, metal chain or thing like that. So art of developing that garland or that chain, or the neck chain and thing like that. So that is this is basically for the flower and that the garland. So that put can be deity or to honor someone. We put a garland, and so that is the kind of things. So malla grathana bikal means how to compose that. There is a way that one garland is composed. There may be some locket kind of thing, the centerpiece, and there may be some then body, and then maybe some interpieces are there, or maybe some one ring, two rings, or thing like that. So how to do that? If there is a multicolor, how to use those colors and where to place them and how to do that. These are the vidya, this is the knowledge called malla grathana vikalpa, how to do that. Even the use of the thread, how to hang them together. So those are the kinds of things, what part of flower you will use and what you'll throw away, and how to place them one after another, whether they'll be the same angle or they will rotate and the different angles. All these are the knowledge of these things. Yeah. Next is like Shikhar Pira Yojana. That is also another interesting thing. How to place a crown on the head. There are different ways to different type of crown. How to place them on the head, the crown, or maybe it is hat or cap. Like earlier days, it was crown only. There was no such thing called cap. So how to place them? Where to do that? See, I'm just wearing this. No, this is a Himachali cap, right? Yeah. So I can wear it like this. I can wear it like this. I can wear it like this. There are different ways. No, I can do that. So today I'm wearing it this way. So in the ancient time, the knowledge of that, it is called a Shikhara Pirajojana, that how to place that, which way you will place it. That is what, that is the knowledge. Yeah. In modern days also, we see different people are using cap different way, hat a different way. So the crowns are normally limited. Maybe nowadays crowns are for the Miss World and Miss Universe and that kind of thing. But anyway, there is a way to place them. Yeah. So that is the knowledge of that, how to place them, how to look beautiful and great. And earlier days, what happens based on the ranking in the social, like a king, then the ministers, then there are the landlords and many other officials. They have based on their capacity, they used to wear different types of crowns. Crown or maybe pagdi, So that is the kind of headgear. So that is the art of putting headgear. That is the right understanding. So how to do that? What is the kind of knowledge to place that? That is also another vidya. It is whatever I just told you. It is 16th in my list. Okay. Like next one is Nepatha Yoga. Nepatha means it is dressing up in tiring room or dressing room. Like suppose you are going out. Before that, you try different clothes to see whichever looks better, maybe in front of the mirror, or very earlier days, there may be no mirror. You can ask someone to confirm how it looks and things like that. And it can be when you are going out for a social event or festival, or it is even for acting. You go for the natta, like a natta vidya. You are an actor, you have to go, so you have to wear a dress a certain way. So try different things and all those things. So whichever is in the background, it is not during the act, it is the preparation time, you are trying different things. It's called Nepatha Yoga. In modern day, you can also extend it to the trial room. No, we have that we go in when buying some clothes, we go to a trial room, wear it and check it in the mirror whether I look okay, size is okay, and things like that. That how to try, what are the things to see during trying, and how to confirm that it fits me or it looks good. What kind of combination you will wear or you will try. Yeah, maybe you have 4 or 5 options. So out of that, you have to choose one. So you try that 4 or 5 things and choose one. The art of doing that, how to choose that, the right one, the best one for you, that is this particular vidya, that is this particular art form. So that is there. That is Nepatya Yoga. Then it is, and this was Karna Patra Bhanga, means, okay, this is about that art of decorating tragus on the ear. You know that ear piercing, they put small kind of ornaments on the ear. So art of doing that, ear piercing. It's not really the jhumkas or all this, which you just get connected to that the ear, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that is Karna Patra Bhanga, which need piercing of the ear. Next one is 19 is Sugandha Yukti. Sugandha means that is aromatics, like the aromatics like the good smell, and so it is about the perfumes and knowledge of perfume, how to make them, how to apply them, how to what is called, how to combine them, or where to wear, how much to put, and how to keep, how to store, this kind of knowledge. So this is also Sugandha Yukti. That is the knowledge of the practical application of aromatics. Also, there is a something called aromatherapy by different smelling different objects. There is some kind of healing also happens. So those are all the knowledge is related to smell. Yeah. So this is the art of that. So that is all art of application of aromatics. So that is Sugandha Yukti. Now the Bhushan Yojana. Bhushan Yojana means it is art of applying or setting ornaments, how you wear ornaments. Earlier I was talking about the jhumka and all. Now this is another art form, how you wear a jewelry, where to put what, how it will combination, how it look like. Not every piece of jewelry, suppose there is a necklace and the earring, not everything will go with each other. Yeah. Or maybe you are having 3 necklaces, how you place them so that you look beautiful. So not everything, all the kinds of jewelry means if we put everything together, one will look like a junkyard. So that knowledge, how to make it beautiful looking, using the proper use of the jewelry, where to put what, how much to put, how to place it, and how to carry them. It is not that wearing, your movement, it should match with that. Then only it will give you the best, possible impact to the people who are seeing it. Knowledge of all those things is a Bhushan Yojana. Yeah. Now next is Indrajal. Indrajal is interesting. It's the art of magic tricks. Yeah. So people used to entertain people. They used to do a lot of magic or even the juggling kind of stuff. So those that can entertain people. So Indrajal is the name of the magic tricks, basically. That is also an art form. We learn, we know. There is a famous in our country, PC Sharkar is there. So senior, then junior, his son, very famous. And in the West, there is some Houdini or that Houdin, whatever name we call him. There is a famous the magicians are there. Even today, that is quite popular. There's a magicians, and sometimes in the parties and all, we bring some magicians to entertain the guests. So also there are magic shows are there. People buy the ticket, go there, and all those things. So these are tricks basically. it entertain us by, which is not like it looks like some impossible thing is happening. It is a trick, of course, but it is like a illusion kind of thing, but it entertain people. So that is art of that is Indrajal. Okay, and the next one is Kokumara. That is actually the preparation of ointments, like a different type of paste, how to do that, what are the ingredients of those, and what is the purpose of that, like you might have seen many there are some homemade ointments like haldi chandan, and some have seen use where what is called the makhan, the butter from the milk. They take that thing and apply on the skin and things like that. No, make that thing. Or maybe a different kind of application, like application on the skin, that kind of thing, how to make it. Cosmetics are basically the knowledge of that. They used as a commercial form. So nowadays, but earlier, most of the ointments people used to, make themselves, or there are some kind of specialists, they used to make ointments for different purposes. If it's to relieve the pain or, like smoothen the surface or healing some cut or anything, yeah. Or maybe to increase the glow from the body, and maybe spot removal, whatever. There are multiple purposes maybe. So those ointments are, that is the art of preparing those ointments is this Vidya, or this art form. So next one is interesting. 23rd, Hastalaghava. Hastalaghava means it is the art of sleight of hand. But let me explain this way. It is the art of hand means Hindi mein jisko bolte haath safai. Yeah, you can use such a way that you, without knowledge of everybody, you did something with your hand that nobody notices. That is a haath safai. The negative part of this is become the pickpocketers and all other things. But there are good ways. Some people do it by like entertaining people, like a magic tricks. Some of the card tricks are there. In childhood, I was also used to learn this different kind of tricks. Like you can conceal one coin. You can coin, say, vanish from one hand, coming to another hand. And there is tricks, hand tricks. So those can be learned. So this is about art of that, art of the hand tricks, basically. How you can use the hand to trick others, or just for entertainment purposes, how to do that. Now, that is 24th is... okay, that is name is big, but the idea is same. It is about preparation of food, preparation of delicious food preparation. But the name is very big. Let me read it. Is Chitra Shakapu Bhakha Vikar Bhaksh Vikar Kriya. Okay, Chitra Shakapu Bhaksh Vikar Kriya. It's a very big name. It basically is Randan, or the cooking, the art of cooking, art of preparing varieties of delicious food. So that is also that is a Vidya. Of course, it is very important, and we know there are chefs and cooks, and professionally they develop that kind of skill set, and in home also. All our homes, that everyday cooking is necessary. So our old family members, they need to learn. We need to learn ourselves, even to survive. Suppose you are away from the family, you need to cook somewhere. Nowadays, of course, there are hotel restaurants and home order or this kind of things are there. But there's art of doing that. If you have to survive to eat, and you need to know how to cook at least few things. This art form of cooking, so different people can cook different things. Some people are so master in that, by just simple ingredients, they can make a very tasty food. Yeah, and some of them get a lot of masala and ingredients, still the taste is not good. Okay. So that is art form, basically, how much salt you have to put and how much you have to boil and how much you have to fry and how long you have to keep it on the oven and things like that. Right. Okay. So anyway, so that is very common, and it is, of course, it is still relevant even today, and it will be because our first body is Annamaya Kosh, Annamaya Kosh, which needs food. So as long as human body is there, we need Anna. So that is the fundamental requirements of the body. Rotika Pramakan, the roti star comes first, right? Okay. Now this is about food I've told, and then there is another next is about art of preparing the drinks, colorful drinks. Different way to offer that. I'm not talking about the alcohol. I'm talking any drink. The colorful, it looks good. Some refreshing drinks. So art of preparing, palatable, colorful drinks. So that is name is Panaka Rash Raga Seva Yojana. Seva means service. So just preparing how to prepare the drinks and to offer. Their alcoholic equivalent, we call them bartender, who does different kinds of combination and cocktails and things like that. So this is also an art form, how to make it. What are the ingredients you will give and what are the things, how to make the drink. Something, I think there is something, there are 3 colors are there called sunrise drink or blue lagoon or whatever it is. That looks good, so that is looks good and also drinks nice and fine. So this kind of thing, what are the ingredients you have to give, what are the kind of density you will put it, and how to place them there, and what will be the temperature of those things, and which will go where, and things like that, which can mix with another, which will not mix with another, it will remain separated. These are the art form that that is learned how to prepare drinks. Yeah. So then it is next one is Suchivai Karam, and that is actually the needleworks and weaving. That is also stitching and weaving. Any needlework, the embroideries, or make some thread, art form, or maybe just stitching a cloth and making some designs and all those kind of things. There is a part of that Suchivai Karma. That is a art of needlework. Then art of one is using needle and making design. There is another thing called Sutra Kriya. Sutra Kriya is art of playing with the thread. Different type of thread. You can use the thread even for the playing, just for entertainment. You might have seen there is earlier we used to do, there is a ring type of thing. We'll put the hand in it, then you do this, and put your hand, and then hand come out and things like that. So those are the kind of play, the games using threads. And I feel even the knots, how to make the knots and different types of knots used for the different purposes. Earlier when I was in school, I used to go for what is called the scouting. I used to do the part of that Scouts and Guides. So there they used to teach how to make knot, what is the purpose of knot, clovage, and different kinds of knots are there. We learned how to do it, and how to use it, or you decorate with different kinds of knots. And so anyway, so playing with this kind of thread related things is called Sutra Kriya, or that is art form, how to play with the threads, or this is the kind of thing what I just explained. Yeah. Now next one is a Vina Damruka Vadya. Okay. So they have specifically musical instrument. There was some another Vidya. This was specifically about art of Veena, which is a string instrument, and the Damru. Veena and Damru together. That combination is another Veena Damruka Vidya. That is also something special about using these two, how to use them in combination. So that is that Vidya. Okay. Now, next one is a Prahelika. Prahelika is art of making and solving riddles. So how to solve the riddles? So earlier, I think even now in the newspaper and all, they used to some kind of riddle. We used to learn even on the social media also. You share riddle sometimes that solve this, and so different logic you can say, or maybe it is kind of visual kind of tricks and things like that. But there's a riddle, or maybe there is some number games. You have to guess the next number and this kind of thing. So these are the art of making and solving riddles. You can create a riddle, and also somebody else created, you are solving it. That is art form. It's called Prahelika. So that is the solving the riddles or creating the riddles. Okay, next one, Durvacha Yoga. Durvacha means it is art of practicing language difficult to be answered by others. Okay. This is also like some people use language such a way that other people cannot understand or they cannot answer something. So you just playing with the language, and Durvacha means make it very difficult for anybody else to understand. Means it is not told in a simple language. It was a twisted way and complicated way of explaining something or telling something. Ultimate intention is that the others, they become, like the brain burst with, like this kind of language. We also make a fun of this, that famously on our social media and all, the Shashi Tharoor has been identified to use the bombastic language, and but many people in the first instance, they don't understand. You need the dictionary and all those things to find out. So anyway, so this is done intentionally. Means it is not that they don't want to. They don't want to convey it a simple way. There is some kind of ego involved there to have a superiority that I know much better and things like that. So that is the fundamental purpose of using this kind of tough language and nothing like that. So in my beginning of my career, I was in ONGC, the public sector, and all. We have been given official instruction, all our reports, engineering particularly, engineering reports and the letters. We should not use complicated language. We should use a simple language what everybody understands. And that is the quality we need to keep, not to make it very, very, like a literature type of language. It is discouraged because of this. The purpose of some report, say engineering report or letter, is to convey something to others. If they don't understand that what we like to say, they will not follow it. So that is why, but there are some people do it intentionally, and the thing is to not to make people understand and superiority complex, and that is also an art form, how to make it complicated, how to tell something in such a way that nobody understands. So another also funny story, in our college days, and there is something called some art film. There was some festival of art film happened in our college. Some group, we have a film lovers club or something like that. They brought some movies, black and white movies, Bicycle Thief, and many good movies. But art films. So many of our friends went there to see it, and they came out, and people are asking, what you see there? So then they say this movies, and what is the theme? What you say? I don't understand the theme. What they wanted to say. So then others friends are saying, then why you went to see them? And if you don't understand, so why you gone there to see all these things? Then one of the friends said very good thing, what I still remember. He said there is a beauty in not understanding something. In Bengali it's called na bojar anando, means not understanding something is also a joy that I didn't understand that. So these kind of things are, so that is a kind of thing. If somebody doesn't understand, the treat though they might have been very high. Like this kind of film, if you don't understand, you think very high of the creator of that film. No? They think, oh, that director may be very famous, very great. Even I cannot understand. Anyway, so, but who did that? Who do make it complicated, not very easy to understand thing. That is also an art form. Okay, so that is the Durvacha Yoga. Okay, next is Pustaka Vachan. It is also, earlier days, it was very, very famous. It's called Shruti, means if somebody will recite something and the disciples or the students, they used to listen to that and then remember that. The art of reciting any kind of, stories or, any kind of knowledge and all. So the recitation part of it, the Vachan. Pustaka Vachan is basically the reading the books actually, but it is also mean the narrating the scriptures. That is earlier days when even the books was not there. That time used to have the Vachan. The people used to remember what their guru said or the knowledge, and in the generation those have been passed on. So they need to when it is their term, they need to read them out aloud so that the other students can read that. So art of doing that, how to loudly say things, different kinds of knowledge. So this is part of this. Yeah. Next is Natikakshika Darshan. Okay, Natikakshika means it is a short plays. Yeah. The art of enacting short plays and anecdotes. So this is about the short, act. So that is a Natikakshika. It is not the full theme of the drama. It is a short. We also used to do something called skit, means short play. So you have to enact a very short play within 2-3 minutes, and you convey that particular message or particular act and thing like that. So art of that, the short play or some kind of acting. So that is called Natikakshika Darshan. Okay, next is Kabba Samasya Puran. Okay, this is also interesting. The art of solving mysterious verses. Yeah. Earlier we talked about, Durvacha Jog means it is not understanding something. The way it is explained is not properly understood. In the verses also, let me give you a little background. Earlier, there are many things the people who are knowledgeable, like a spiritual, like a knowledge, they used to get it, downloaded. They are not allowed to say because of maybe the king, the political scenario that time doesn't, allow them to say things which is not approved by the king or something. So but they wanted to keep it. Like in the West, there's something called Nostradamus. He predicted many things, but he jumbled up the time and to tell the predictions different way, because that time predictions were not allowed. You cannot predict. That was a diktat that time. Anyway, so in ancient India also there are many things happen. There are verses. The many things have been passed on through the generation, and there is some codified message there. It is not openly told because of other reasons. Like if they actually say whatever they wanted to say, they may be punished for that. So what they did, they put it into some kind of verses and kavita or geet or the song or something. So those are codified, but that's not very clearly told. Earlier, people intentionally making it complicated. Here, they have no choice to hide behind some signals and things like that, some hints, but they cannot, clearly tell whatever they're going to tell. So these are called the mysterious verses, like what they actually wanted to say. Now, this is the background. Now, what is the skill? Skill is the people who can decode that kind of verses. That is also a skill. You in the Bengal, you have Satyajit Ray, and he has written a lot of book. He's a detective called Feluda. Okay. Many of the Feluda books, they have this kind of thing. Some people, maybe some elder in the family has written some verse to tell where the Guptadhan, the treasure, family treasure is hidden. They didn't openly tell because anybody else know they will steal it. No? They have written in the riddles that where the Guptadhan is kept. The people who can decode, here in this case, like a detective or Feluda, who can decode, that is also an art form, to decode something. It is not actually riddle. It is actually some verses given something, nobody knows why, but there is some message in it to doing that. Riddle is specifically meant for solving something. Here it is not solving something, but those who know, those who can have that kind of intelligence, they can decode and they can understand the message and they can take necessary action, or they will be rewarded with these things. That is a kind of thing. So that is also, Kabba Samasya Puran is also that kind of vidya, that kind of skill, that kind of, arts. That is also an art form. Next is about art of designing preparation of shield, cane, and arrows. Okay, it is related to warfare. Pattika Vedavan Vikalpa means the art of designing the shield. You know, the shield, the dhal, we call it, that where the warriors used to hold it so that they don't get hit. That kind of shield design, or the arrow design kind of thing, or the where then they will carry the arrow, or their the Burma, or the how they cover their body and all those things. So that is also another art form. So how to design them so that they can walk, they can run, they can see, but they don't get hit by the enemy. If somebody is throwing some arrow or something, they to protect themselves. So designing of that kind of armor is also another art form here. That is, nowadays this is not needed in hand-to-hand fight. Hardly it is happening nowadays. But earlier, most of the wars are fought like that. You know, the face-to-face, hand-to-hand. So by the swords and arrows and things like that. That time, this designing of those, the armor, what the soldiers need to wear, those kind of designs are part of that. Next is Tarku Karma, that is about art of spinning and spindle, to make the thread. Earlier was designing the thread or playing with the thread. This is about how to make the thread. How from the, say, cotton, you want to make a thread. That skill, that knowledge, like a spindle or making of a cloth, how you can make that the cloth to be made from that. Spinning the spindle and thing like that. Earlier days, the Gandhiji, so the charka, and this kind of, those are the skill, that kind of art form, how to make them, like a threads, how to make them, and these kind of things. So that is a part of that knowledge, that art form. Next one is Takshana, is art of carpentry, like working with the wood carving or making furnitures and all. That is very common nowadays, also very much important, and all of us we know. So I need not to explain what is carpentry. Next is Vastu Vidya, art of engineering. I don't think I need to explain what is engineering. Okay, all of us we know. Earlier days, engineering, why they call Vastu Vidya? Because that time the most of the engineering are the civil engineers. They used to make houses and roads and things like that. So that's why it is called Vastu Vidya. But later on, of course, engineering has been diversified, and a lot of areas of technology that engineering has been developed. So at that time, it is called Vastu Vidya, which is basically engineering. Okay, now Rupa Ratna Pariksha. It is about art of testing silvers and jewels. It is all about the silver jewelry, how to make silver jewelry and different kinds of, the Kala and the leg also they used to put earlier something, some bangle sort of things made of silver. So, and different type of silver jewelry people used to use. So art of making that the silver jewelry, and so that is also Rupa Ratna Pariksha. So there were different way of making that. Next is the Dhatu Vidya, that is different. Not only that silver, there are other metals, copper, and all those kind of things. How to make them? You can say this is the art of metallurgy. So nowadays you have metallurgical engineering is there. The whole gamut of engineering is there on metallurgy itself. How to do the alloying and how to make it, and there is a different parts of it. How to fabricate it, how to prepare that, and to make something useful for the humanity. So using different types of metal and combinations. Anyway, so that is called Dhatu Vidya. Now, that is next is the Mani Rag Gyan. Mani Rag Gyan, I need to explain that a little bit. It is, Mani means jewels, basically. Why Raga? Raga means that in the singing there is a different kind of rag Vairav, that is different kinds of raga, the morning raga, evening raga, and all these things. Raga is basically the symphony, the sound or the impact of that. The Mani Raga means the sound of the jewelry. Okay, Mani Raga Gyan means the knowledge of the sounds of jewelry. Whether creating it or understanding it, both. This is very interesting because people earlier used to wear a lot of jewelry and ornaments. And different type of ornaments, jewelry, create different types of sound. Whether it's made of gold or made of silver or any other metal and all those kind of, they make different types of sounds. See, the sound of... can anybody tell me what is the sound of jewelry is called? There is a terminology here in India. Some people keep their daughter's name in that. Any of you know what is the sound of jewelry called?
Kinkiri.
Very good.
Kinkiri. Yeah.
So, Bonnie, your daughter's name is Kinkini?
Yes.
Good. Right. So the kinkini is the sound of jewelry. Okay. Like suppose a bride is walking. There is a type of sound the jewelry will be making. That is the kinkini. That is the thing. This is also, even there are each jewelry making certain kinds of sounds, and those are also having termed differently. Like, Nupura Nikkan means the sound of what is called the bangles. Not bangle, but it's called the leg thing, Nupur. So Nupur is the item, and the making sound of that, it is also like Kinkini is in general the sound of jewelry, that particular the Nupur sound, that is called Shinjini. Okay. So anyway, those knowledge of all those things. So that is also that people used to expert. Not only that, like and there are a lot of movies out there by sound of a particular jewelry that people used to say that who is there behind. Like, let me explain. Like earlier days that jamindars and all, there is a parda system, like the ladies were behind that. Yeah. Suppose they're discussing something in the say drawing room or baitak khana, but the ladies out there, by making the sound of their jewel, they used to communicate whether they agree or disagree, or they like these things or don't like these things. Yeah, the people, the men who are sitting out there outside, they used to understand that language. That what they wanted to say, or maybe the head of the family, the lady, that what she needs to convey, she used to just make the sound of some jewelry, the other will make. I mean, suppose to bangle, if it put the bangle like that, there's some sound is created, right? That kind of stuff used to be used for communication. The art form of that, how to know what is this kind of language and things like that, to go into that is a big subject, and that knowledge is called Maniraga Gyan. Okay, that is very interesting. Okay, next is Akar Gyan. Akar Gyan is Akara Gyana. It is like an art of mineralogy. Nowadays we call it a mining engineering. Different kinds of ores, or what is from coming below the ground, the mining, through mining we get it. So the knowledge of that, what is subsurface, below the ground, we take it out, and then we use them for different purpose, the our human use of these purposes. So those are called that Akara Gyana. That is the knowledge of the minerals. Yeah. Next is Briksha Ayurveda Yoga. It is actually the practicing, we know Ayurveda, it is a practice of medicine or medical treatment by herbs. So this is the knowledge, is Ayurveda. Ayurveda also a very, big topic. It is knowledge of collecting different types of herbs, processing different types of herbs, and herbs and trees and leaves and some kind of, sometimes fruits also, the dry fruits, and how to use them for the medicinal purposes. So those are the kind of things. So, and how to apply them, how to consume them, the dosage and all. It is like a full set of medicine by itself, knowledge by itself. So this is all comes at a part of, we call that Ayurveda, or here it is called the Briksha Ayurveda Yoga. Okay. Next one is not important, but still let me say, whether it's a Mesha Kukkuta Lavaka Yudha Vidhi, means art of knowing the mode of fighting of lambs, cocks, and birds. That there is something like people used to enjoy some show of fighting of two animals. Mostly the two goats are banging their heads, or it is like a two. The two cocks are cockfighting, like murga and type of thing, or what else? And the birds also. Sometimes there's birds also. They used to fight with each other. They used to do multiple tricks, and I find them as animal cruelty. I don't like them. But earlier days they used to enjoy this kind of stuff, fighting between animals. So that is the knowledge of that, how to make them things. And I was in some part of the schooling I have done in Purulia, but district in West Bengal, and they are still very famous of that, this kind of cockfighting, the murgas. That they has to, tie up one small knife into their one hand and used to hit with others, and they fight till one of that cock dies. Yeah, so that is terrible. But anyway, so that is the kind of thing. So the knowledge of that, how to make them fight and how to make it entertaining, that is the knowledge. Anyway, next is about Sukh Sari Pralapan. Okay, that is also interesting. Is cockatoos, that talking bird. So there is a male, female. There was in many of the tales, it is a Sukh Sari, means the Sukh is the male one and Sari is the female one, cockatoo. So that those two birds, the talking birds, then maintaining and knowing when they are talking to each other, just knowing that. In general, I should say it is, even though it's talk about the cockatoos, but understanding the language of the birds when they are communicating among themselves, just the knowledge of how to decode them. That knowledge is called that Suksari Pralapan. That is also another art form. So how to decode that, these kind of languages. Now next is okay. Now Utsadan. Actually, this is the healing by perfumes or healing that aromatherapy. Earlier, I was talking about aromatherapy, but that is not other thing. That's making the perfume, making and applying perfume. And this one is about using the perfumes for therapeutic purposes, like Utsadana. It's basically healing or cleaning a person with a perfume, or like a different kind of smell can do different kinds of things onto the people, even applying it for the medicinal reasons on the body. And in fact, there are some dead bodies also, they put perfume for the preservation and things like that. So this is that art form, like healing or preservation or this kind of things. When they use that kind of the perfumes or the sugandha material, that earlier days they used to mummify that in the earlier the Greece, they have to do that kind of thing. So that art form, how to use that kind of thing, that is kind of Utsadana. Next is Kesha Marjana Kaushal. It is just art of combing hair. Yeah. So that is how to comb your hair, like a hairstyle. So we have seen a lot of salons are there, the ladies' beauty salon and the hair, and the gents' beauty salon, that is even very common, very popular even today. So how to do that, whether somebody else is doing or you yourself is doing, or different styles of hair. So that is part of that. All right. So now what is time now? Okay, we have to do a little faster. We are now in 47. Okay, next is Akshara Mustika Kathan. This is, it is art of sign language with fingers or hands. Yeah. So there is some, you see that sometimes some TV program is going on. There is for the people who cannot hear them, there is a sign language, they just do this, something like that. This knowledge of that, the art of hand gestures and the sign language. So with the fingers, they can tell almost every words in the vocabulary by this kind of fingers. So that particular stuff is called Akshar Mustika Kathan. Earlier days also those are available. Sometimes these kind of things used to be not only for whoever cannot, the deaf, they cannot hear, not only for them. Sometimes the sign language is used to communicate different message from one portion to another without uttering words. Sometimes maybe there are what is called guards are there. You cannot talk. If guard catch you, you are talking, they find you out, then you will be punished. So they wanted to communicate somebody maybe one side of the palace maybe, and some person is 200 meters away on the other side, behind the trees and all. They can communicate with each other with this signs, what they wanted to communicate without uttering a single word. So that is the art form. That is how to do that. That is Akshar Mustika Kathan, that language of sign language with fingers. Next is about Dharana Matrika. That is about the use of amulets for protection from harm. Okay. People wear different things for protection. It can be tavish, or you can madhuli, or some kind of stuff they used to wear to protect. Some tiger eye, bachcho ko bhi kabhi pehnata hai. Something like that into their waist level. They wear some kind of stone or bead or something. All these things, wearables, what you use it for protecting oneself from any harm, and that is also an art form. Then how to wear, what to wear, what are the things to be inside, what should be the size, and this kind of thing. So that is the art form of that It's called Dharana Matrika. Next is about Desha Bhasa Gyan, that is about knowing the local language or provincial dialects, like different area people talk in the different accent. Knowledge of that, because if you go visit some place, if you talk in their dialect, their language, their style, so they will accept you, that wholeheartedly. But if you talk something, but you don't understand their language, neither what you are saying, it is foreign to them, then most likely they will not entertain you. So earlier days, it was important that, people used to learn many languages so that they can go to any part of the country, they can speak to their language, and they are very welcomed. And now, even today, there are many people, they learn many languages, there are courses available, they used to go. The idea is that when you go to that particular land where it is spoken, you can participate into that conversation, and you will be accepted, you will be welcomed because of that. So that is called Dharana Matrika. That is the mother tongue of using the local language or mother tongue of that place. Knowledge, yourself with knowledge of that one. Okay, that is, sorry, it's not Dharana Matrika, I'm sorry. That is about the amulets. This is Desh Bhasha Gyan. That is the next one. Yeah? Which is about the local knowledge, about Desh Bhasha. That particular Desh, the countries, that language you are learning to when you visit that country. Okay, next is about Nirmiti Gyan. Nirmiti Gyan, it is actually mean art of knowing prediction by intuition or clairaudience or clairvoyance or anything. Say it is in general, it is soul's voice, listening to your own soul's voice, like knowing the prediction when something is going to happen in future, you know it beforehand through your intuitive voice, through your own intuition or your psychic abilities. That knowledge of how to get that to like a precognition, like something is going to happen, you know it beforehand. This art form, that how to listen to your own soul's voice or intuition. So that is the Nirmiti Gyan, which is coming from your inside. It is your inner voice, listening and understanding to your inner voice. Yeah. Next is Jantra Matrika, that is the art of mechanics, or it is said that it is also nowadays, it is mechanical engineering, the engineering of different machines, how they work, and it's a big subject by itself. Yeah? Earlier days, there was not many yantra was there, so that was art of mechanics, so they become part of that. Yeah. Next is about, that is interesting, Lachita Kutarka Vikalpa, like art of fabricating false arguments. Like, something is false, yeah, but just you bringing some kind of logic, yeah, and you are arguing with someone, establishing something wrong, it is wrong, but you're bringing something so that you can convince the others, and by that your purpose is served or your ego gets satisfied. You can say that that is in the art form in the political domain. They know how to lie to people by giving some kind of argument or something that or some promise, but they will not keep, and things like that. So that is about the art of falsifying things or making a false case palatable. So of course, nowadays many people call it is a professional thing, or it is necessary in the modern world. We don't know, but that is the way they justify it doesn't matter, but it is basically false, how to convince others by giving the false arguments, fabricating. Lachita means that is a lower category. Yeah, you are not with the truth, you are starting with the false, kutark. Kutark means that wrong arguments, lower level wrong arguments you are placing to meet your purpose or whatever you wish to. Anyway, that is also art form. How to convince others by falsifying and giving some logic, which that is not true, but you have ability to create them. Okay. Then Samubhachya. Samubhachya is art of conversation. Like when you conversation is an art. That is also very well established over the history. Like you cannot communicate or keep a conversation with somebody if there are multiple things about not only the language they're using, whether it is respectful or not, the type of word throw, or somebody is conversation giving a lot of galis and all that, then you cannot accept that kind of conversation. You have to leave. And or it is like the content and the presenting it, like it should be like a brief and to the point and the humble and the polite language and the tone of it. And not only that, there are some secondary issues like a body language. Like if you earlier I was mentioning that one person got divorced from his wife, of course, just because he has a habit of talking everything like that, just single finger pointing. It is just a habit. He was doing it unknowingly. Why you didn't do this? Or maybe the voice is not high. I don't like you do this. You don't talk to me like that. Or you didn't do it right. Or why you are so much. Just by this finger gesture, whatever they're saying, make it very offensive. This is called the body posture, body language. You have to understand when we are conversation with somebody else, we have to be careful what sabda chayan, what words we are selecting, how we are throwing, how we are placing them, and how we are, whether it is some sequence or it is logical, so that people can understand what I'm trying to convey, and make the voice polite and accommodative, expecting the reaction of others, and accordingly you place it. If you understand that nobody is understanding anything, you change the tone, try different way, and don't make any gesture which makes you are arrogant or you are like what is called forceful to them. Yeah. So to your audience. So, or if it is one by one, the other party should not feel offended. The purpose of conversation is ruined. That is the art form, and it is also not good to go like a doormat. Not to say sorry every time and I'm sorry, forgive me, I have done wrong and all. Don't make it too much of this thing, because then other person will take advantage of that one. So it is an art that which minimum you will not go below. Like too polite, too slang, too these things, that is not good. Even too much strong, too much possessiveness, too much strong words, too much threatening is not good. Okay. So in the bandwidth, the communication takes place. So you have to understand the other's bandwidth also, and you come and converse accordingly. Of course, when you are having a conversation with a tea boy in your office, your range will be something. When you are talking to your boss, the range will be something else, right? You cannot use the same language, same tone with a tea boy and the boss. So the appropriateness need to be understood, and that is the art of conversation. Okay. Next is Manasik Abba Kriya, that art of composing verses, that la kavita hai likhna, and that I need not to explain. All of you know what does that mean. Next is about the Kriya Vikalpa. Kriya Vikalpa is art of designing an alternate way of work or remedy. This is also a very good skill set. Suppose one approach is not successful, or you are getting a resistance of working in a certain way. You have to have an ability to designing some other way to reach to the same goal. Okay. So it can be a work or it can be a remedy, some solution. Suppose the issue is something like some disease. So you need to go to another way of treating that person. So suppose a person is having allergy to certain things, so you cannot give a medicine by food, so you have to apply something so that that also heals. So you find out an alternate method of treatment or alternative doing any work. That is more the knowledgeable the person is, the more able person, they find out different ways to or find out the least resistance path to achieve the goal. So it comes from the intelligence. Yeah, it comes from the experience. So that's why the experienced people, they know, okay, this is how, if I go it, my job will be done. Nobody will be, the resistance will be less and all. And some people call them smooth operator. They know, because of the knowledge, they know which way it will go. So they know, they don't step into something where the resistance will come, rebuff will come, and all those things. They lodge it certain way that it reaches that ultimate goal. So that is called the Kriya Vikalpa. Next is about Chalita Kriyoga, that is method of winning in gambling through confusing and deceiving. Okay, there is some, earlier there's a lot of gambling, that Pasa and all this kind of thing, Yudhishthir was lost and things like that. So that is about the tricks of those kinds of games. The gambling, that is also another art form. So next is the Avidhan Kosh Chanda Gyan, like how to use the dictionary and how the knowledge of phonetics of each and every words and rhythms and creating rhythms. Basically the art of words, knowing them or using them and consulting the dictionaries on synonyms and acronyms and things like that. The knowledge of those words is that this particular the art form. And even the rhythmic words, like which words you will use to when you are composing a poetry, it needs to be rhythmic. So knowledge of all the words phonetically as well as meaning wise, as well as how to source them, what are the alternate ways, all this knowledge is that is called that Avidhana Kosha Chanda Jnana. Next is Vastragapan Vidya. Okay, Vastragapan Vidya, it is not hiding the clothes. So it is about art of looking elegant with wearing short dresses. Yeah, because earlier that people used to think more dress you wear, more elegant you look like. It is not the truth. There is also some knowledge, there is skill, but wearing minimum cloth, minimum dress means too much of al-khalla coat and this and that and the pagdi and this and this that. So you may make a bundle of clothes. That doesn't mean that you look elegant. By using minimum clothes, number of clothes, you can look great. That is art form. So it is also said that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Yeah, people are wearing simple clothes. Yeah, they understand that clothes can only enhance what is there within you. It cannot create which is not you. So your own, like your own glow, your own thing, that need to be explained. You should not cover the whole body, then none of your glow will come out of that. You should wear decent but simple clothes, but you will look elegant. Even though you are not using costly clothes and a lot of jewelry and a lot of things, still, you will look look great. It is also, people used to say Swami Vivekananda, Jyotirmay Purush, like is the Jyoti, the ultimate wear is your own Jyoti. Yeah, that glow you have. It is not necessarily what you wear, or you wear what is called the designer clothes or not. Nobody cares. Some people may say, oh, it's a costly, but ultimately that fades. Yeah, so that is your own personality. What is within you, that comes out. So it is art form of that, using minimum clothes, but you look elegant in the personality. That is another art form. So that is a art of that is that is a part of that what is called that Vastra Gopan Vidya, means minimum clothes. Using minimum clothes, look elegant. Now, next is about Duta Vishesh. It's about art of knowing different gambling games. It's okay. And then another is Akarsha Kriya, art of playing with dice or magnet. Akarsha means if the magnet touching each other, so playing with this kind of magnets or the dice, or developing different type of toys with the magnets. Those are Akarsha Kriya. So, and also Bala Kridanak, like art of using children's games on the toys, how to make the toys, how to put them what children will like. That is also Balaka Kridanaka. Next is about the Vainaik Vidya. It is art of enforcing disciplines. There are different way to discipline. It is not always the stick that matters. If you're too strict, ultimately the system will fail. And if you're too relaxed, then also people will not obey the rules. So there are way to keep the people disciplined. Combination of stick and carrot, limitations showing that, or awareness development, many other ways this is available to make sure that there is a discipline is maintained. The protocol is maintained in any kind of group or any kind of office or any on the roads or any country in that matter. There need to be something which is to enforce discipline. There are some techniques that are used. Art of that is that knowledge. Vainaik Vidya. Next is Vijayik Vidya, art of gaining victory over opponent under any situation. There are some the method, the strategy called winning streak. There are some people they know there is something need to be done. Not always pushing and throwing the enemy or opponent that makes you great or that makes you win. Always not possible. There are something. Like there are to gain victory, there are different ways to achieve the victory. They can use chal, bal, kaushal. Like there are different methods. Samadhanam, dandam, vedam. So they know all those things. So either you can please them, or you can challenge them, or overpower them, or whatever applicable. The percentage of that. Which kind of dose you will apply in which situation, knowledge of that to win ultimately. That is also Vijayiki Vidya. Vijayik means Vijay, means the win. Yeah. And now come the last one, 64. It is about Vyamaki Kriya Vidya. Vyamiki Kriya means Vyam, the asana, body postures, the different art form of like a yogasan, asan, and different postures of sitting, and different postures of walking, and different postures of lying down, and things like that, all related to the body postures. So that is a Vyami Kriya Vidya. So that is how this is the 64, the last one. All right, so with this I conclude that 64 Kala, 64 forms of arts as per the ancient times. There are some addition, deletion, and somebody claims it's okay, but you got the knowledge of all the 64, whatever ancient India used to practice. Now it is open for any questions. Okay. Mahati, Vani.
Thank you, Guruji. I had a question regarding like a lot of these arts are related to like a job or a family, like doing the same job, like especially like jewelry and like the talent that passed from generation to generations. Was farming not one of the arts, or is it like it got like it became knowledge of farming and all that. I just wanted to ask that.
No, this talks about that particular knowledge. Now, how the knowledge is transferred, it is a different issue.
Okay.
Earlier days, as you rightly said, it is passed on to the certain family. That's why surname was based on the profession.
Yeah.
Like, blacksmith or carpenter or, like whoever is to do the agriculture, who has to take care of the animals, something like that. So those are based on that, their family name was given. And generation after generation, they used to do the same job. Yeah, but the Vidya is about something else. Somebody wants to learn it. They didn't get it automatically by their forefathers.
Okay.
It is not related to family business. It is related to somebody wants to learn it. Okay. And not only that, see, family can have only one business. Okay. Where their living comes. But some person can have multiple Vidya. Some person wanted to know about how to sing and how to dance and how to play, act, or different kinds of things. They come to know art of the conversation and everything. So it's not necessarily they will stick to only one.
Okay.
It's a combination. As I was mentioning that Lord Krishna was expert in all the 64. Chausath Kala. He learned it, and that's why he became very successful in his time into that. He became like a kingmaker. He became like solving all the issues by the skill and this kind of knowledge of different aspects of it.
Rishi, the other question is: are these like are these gifted already for humans by some means? Like basically, maybe if the soul, has some done some punya from his previous birth, will they have good skills and to survive and all that?
Yeah. So let me tell you the truth. Truth is, this is all the potential are all encoded in our DNA. Okay, we have it within us. But which DNA is activated, based on that we bring out the skill. Okay, so that is there. But so far as potential is concerned, all of us, we have all this potential. Okay, but degree varies based on our soul's choice. See, what happens is when soul takes incarnation, takes birth, based on his soul's plan, it picks up those kind of skills.
Okay.
Means those kinds of skills will be readily available and open from by birth. But some of the skills are hidden. Like soul has not opened it already because it is not really needed to live a life.
Okay.
But out of free will, somebody can choose it. That I want.
Okay.
Suppose I want to like to know singing. Singing will not help me, neither in my family or in my profession. But it is my interest or hobby I like to pursue. Then I need to learn. When I learn it, that faculty within me, which is a dormant DNA within me, that will get activated, and it will come out from. Who knows? Maybe I will become expert in singing after a few years. Okay, that is the kind of thing. That's how it is.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, Hari Om.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam.
Guruji, this Chausath thing is same as Chausath Yogini, we call it.
No, that is something else. Yeah.
That is something else. Okay.
That is something else. It's a kala is nothing to do with yogini. It is for the human being, like normal life. They need all the skills.
So, by developing the music sense, or if you are a very good painter, then you say you are blessed with, you are already an evolved soul. How does it? If you are,
these are skill set. It is not really depends upon how much evolved your soul is. Yeah, soul evolution come with your knowledge of the truth, not by the skills. Okay, so somebody may be very skillful, but they are corrupt. They are using it not for helping humanity or not in the fun of truth. They use it for their own selfish purposes. Even the person is skillful, spiritual level, their score is very low. They are not evolved soul.
I'm just like people like A.R. Rahman and all.
Yeah.
When they compose music, at times they are not able to compose within 7 days or 10 days, and sometimes
Yeah.
it just finally comes. So
Yes.
they say that it comes from top, means
Correct.
when they connect with the higher self. So that is
True.
why I was asking that
Yeah.
while we are
No,
so
no.
proficient,
See, there is different level, no? So this is a skill set you are trying. Then ultimately, in the world, you will not get it in the external world. You
okay,
can get it only from the creator, the one. Okay.
all right,
So these are all creative fields, like as you mentioned, A.R. Rahman and all. So he will not get any help. He has come to certain level, not help from anyone else because it is not created. So then he need to connect with the soul consciousness to download something which is absolutely new. And in pursuit of that, he is doing that. Maybe it is his sadhana to connect it and download it something new. And that's how he creates his music. That is absolutely fine. In fact, in any of those skills, if you go to beyond a certain level, we call it a soulful performance. It can be a
right,
acting, it
yeah,
can be a thing. Means you go beyond that only materialistic thing and people are clapping and say, wow, 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 what a good thing. In fact, at one level, you know you are the best. There's nobody else here to compete with you. Then it comes self-actualization. It is competing your previous version to you. And the way you will get there is through your higher consciousness, higher self, so that you improve on your own. There is nobody else in the world who can we can guide you and we can even compete with you. So you develop further and further and all those skills. Those are all in the spiritual domain. It is your own soul only who knows everything. They will help you to, but you need to get connected. You need to then download and understand. So there is one vidya is called how to know the intuitive thing. So you need to develop that vidya so that you can communicate with your soul consciousness and download things.
right, Guru. Thank you so much, Guru. Om.
Okay. God bless you. Okay. Lalitandra. Pranam. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. No, you're saying that because sometimes, you are recording today's session, right? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I've seen your questions are not recorded. I don't know why. There is something issue. So let me repeat your question. So you are asking there are many people, they have more than one skills, multiple skills, yeah, high skill. Even some of the skills earlier days, they were go to a level of excellence or marvel stage, but nowadays we don't see them. Yeah, and then continue your question. Okay. Okay, first question is that where society is heading, and second question is you have to correct it, and what is the way to correct them, right? Okay, fine. See, first let us talk about the society. Yeah, society right now that in this art plane is you can say that it is a big experimentation place. What is the experiment? That you need to find out the truth. There will be a lot of nonsense, a lot of negativity, a lot of injustice, a lot of things. Those are created to make you first stronger and then make you find out what is the truth, what is the permanent, what is the thing that actually is of value to my life or to my purpose of life. Yeah. First you find it out. So to do that, it will only possible if you figure out what is not. So most of the thing you try with the different things in the society and then come to the conclusion, no, this is not that, this is not that, this is not that. It's called neti approach. By the process of elimination, you come to know the truth, which is permanent, which will, then you take only that path and then excel. Yeah, that is the way out. That is the, not way out, that is to elevate from this dalal se. So this is about the first. So where the society is going through experiment. Why the divine is created? Because unless until you undergo all those things, you will not know the value of the truth, in the power of the truth and the things like that. So to know the truth, or in other words, to know what is the light, you have to go through the darkness so that you value the light and go towards the light. So same here. So this big experimentation is going on, all those things, and there are too many ignorance, too many darkness and things like that. And then there is an urge come, you try different ways and different methods, you use your intelligence and all those kind of things, and finally one point of time they fail. Yeah. Even though successful 10 times, 11 times is failing, things like that. That is the time you will realize it is not the right approach. Maybe something, the permanent, the truth, that only can, relieve you from all this kind of thing. Then you search for it, you get it. Ultimately, you'll end up in spirituality. That is the thing. So before that, whatever you are doing, those are all trial and error. And basically, from spiritual point of view, these are time pass. Creation is not in a hurry. We are in a hurry because we are in the limited time. We have a lifespan. If we cannot figure out what is the way forward, what is the truth, and what is permanent, and we have to basically convert from the fear-based to love-based. Basically that's what we come here to learn. How to learn by experience, not to trap into the fear-based, go with the love-based connection that ultimately remains, and that is the truth of it. So that is the experimentation is going on, and we are all doing our part of the experiments of our own lives in our own way. Till we get the results, it's okay. There is nothing wrong. How many times we need to try? It doesn't, there is no such limitation. So that's what is going on with the society. Second part, how to get elevated from it. It will be actually when you almost get disillusioned about this external world, then you will look for something true, something meaningful. You say, what is the meaning of life? What I am doing here? These questions, when you come from inside, then you search for it. Search for the truth. Search for the permanency. Search for basically the love, what we are all made of. Yeah. All the fake things, we become disillusioned. When you look for it, so that we then become the seeker, seeker of the truth, seeker of who am I? That path ultimately take us to the path of spirituality. So when we are ready, then that thing, divine will send a master or some guide to you, and then you learn it. So that is the way forward. That is the way forward for the whole humanity. Whether somebody knows it, accepts it, and all doesn't matter. Truth doesn't need a certificate from anyone. It is, truth is the way it is. Yeah. So it is, we need to find it out. Okay, you take your time to go into that, but eventually, ultimately, where we are going, if you scale it in the bigger way, ultimately, everybody on planet Earth will get enlightened and they go out from this dimension to the another higher dimensions. So that is the ultimate fate of the whole thing. In between, what is happening? The detour. If somebody is doing, more karma and all those things, they will come here maybe 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, or maybe 1,000 times, another more births. And then ultimately, they will realize and walk the path, and they will go towards the exit. And that's it. No life and death thereafter. or maybe there is a choice, they wanted to come just for a visit, they will come, they take a bath to visit. That's all. So that is where it is going ultimately. But that process is all the trial and error, the grinding of life, so-called, that is happening to just to give us that experience, that so that we can choose which is the truth, which is permanent, which is love-based, and get out of all which is fear-based, which is fake, which is like our ego games and all those kind of things. So that is how it is. Okay. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. What we can do to bring the spiritual discipline in life? Yeah. Okay. All right. See, what happens is when you get the first, let me just give you just right away the answer. Then I will go to other related explanation and discussion. Right approach is when you get the opportunity to meet with any master, living master, you have to accept, just say yes and the follow completely. Okay. That will take you there in the fastest form. That is your way out. That is the sent by the representative sent by the divine. It's as simple as that. You have to simply follow that. Within a minimum time, you will reach there. Whatever you're supposed to do. After reaching there, you don't need this master. You are there. So then automatically you will be from the connection with the higher dimension, etc., or your soul consciousness will guide you. External guru's job is just till your inner guru is awakened up to that part only. So till that time, don't leave this your external guru, because you will not be able to connect, and you will waste time in all this. What you are mentioning at different ages, that still not doomed there, because they have not surrendered themselves completely. That is the reason. लगन में अगन होना चाहिए. If you are not passionate about your own path, then nobody can do anything of it. Like it is like eating food. No, you have to eat food. You don't think about eating food. If you don't eat it actually physically and swallow it, you will not get the benefit of the food or nutrition. Same here. There are many, they miss the point and they keep thinking and doing all this jugglery and think this time, that time, not good, this one, that one, this method, that method, just, wasting time. Yeah. Even today, from one of our members, he has written me that, I mentioned about ancient India, and he said that what kind of scriptures we should read and all this, and how we can know about the ancient India. So I said it is from scriptures. Then asking about the recommendation, which scriptures to start first, then I stopped him. Okay. I said, look, my advice is just work on Kriya and meditation, your sadhana. First, you get enlightened, and then you read all the scriptures. It will be meaningful to you. You will understand what is the purpose of that particular scripture, what it said. Before that, if you do that, if you read scriptures and all other, maybe 1,000 books you read, ultimate product is you will get utterly confused. Because different thing has been written differently, and one scripture says this is good, another scripture says this is not good, this is the way to do it, and all. So you get utterly confused. That confusion will block your ultimate going towards the enlightenment. So Why? Because this is coming from the external source. For you, it is external. So dependency on the external thing need to be dropped. You just depend on what is you get it from your own guru. You just do only that. It is very simple. Maybe 1 hour in a day, that's it you need. If you, then enlightenment will happen, and it will be, that is the fastest way. After that, you do whatever your connection, you will be guided moment by moment. The external guru is not there and all those kind of things. You will be awakened and realize the truth by yourself. You need not to even ask and spending time with many things, or whatever you read, it will be fully understood, the purpose of it and the way it was there and what was the context and everything. That time you will complete your knowledge and this whole process. So before that, to what exactly can be done, initially forget about everything, simply follow whatever the guru, sanmarg, what is the path has shown by your guru. Just walk that path till you get enlightened, finish. After that, there'll be, of course, there'll be love and respect to your physical guru or the alive master, but you don't need to follow anything. You get guided and you get, everything will be revealed to you. The truth and your own path, your own purpose, and all those things. And not only for you, that time you'll be able to serve others as well. So others get benefited. That way you complete your mission on planet Earth as a human being. That is the maximum level you can go. Aishwaryavan Muktatma. That is our goal of household spirituality. Okay. Yeah. God bless you. All right. I think it is time. We exceeded the time now. So we'll go into our Shanti part and then we'll conclude our session for today. Oh. Sarvesham Swastirbhavatu Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Mangala.